Aquarius, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for February 15th to the 21st of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology, very different from mainstream astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to click the link for more information. All right, so Aquarius, this week we've got a lot of planets shifting signs. We've got the Sun, Mercury, and Venus all shifting signs this week. So if you have been feeling the same sort of energy these past few weeks, I think you'll notice a new direction, new things shaping up. And a lot of this is quite nice, in fact. You're going to have your sun going into your sign. Happy birthday for those of you Aquarians who do have your birthdays this week. But in general, whether it's your ascendant or moon, you guys should have a lot more of this inspiration, this insight about your goals in life, about where you want to see yourself maybe in the next 6 months, what you want to cultivate, maybe your self-image, which is good considering the fact that this has been an area of uncertainty for you. You know, the identity and the self and the goals and all of this, which has been Neptune in that first house. And a lot of you have been going through a lot of healing these past 4 or 5 years with Chiron in your first house as well. So it's actually good to have the sun come in here and illuminate it, to give you that prana, that energy, that self-expression, and help you see and understand more about yourself on that outer level. You know, the first house is very much about our identity in the outward sense. Now, it is still, of course, about going with the flow, having faith and accepting uncertainty, but at least here you do have some sort of awareness and insight and focus, which can be supportive for you for about the next 30 days here. Now, on that same token, you do have Mercury going into your 12th, which is where the sun was, followed by Venus on Thursday. So I think things will still be very deep for you, at least on that spiritual level. If you've been noticing that, you know, the 12th house is about the unconscious, your spiritual side, these kinds of things. So, but here with Mercury, you can learn more about yourself spiritually. Maybe listening to your dream space, writing things down, really getting into the practical side of it, and just reading, writing, and all that can help you understand more about your spiritual side. I think that's excellent there. And especially once Venus goes in there Thursday and onward, you can actually enjoy perhaps some spiritual activities, the meditation, the relaxation, the rest, which still is an excellent time for you to cultivate those areas with all these planets still very much in your 12th house. So it's kind of this mixed bag where I think there's this inspiration of self and awareness of self at the same time, more of this understanding about and enjoying yourself on that spiritual level. Now, this is all in relation to this lunar cycle, which is still about the 12th house. You know, we had the last new moon in that 12th. So for the next, few weeks here, there's still a lot of this cultivation and integrating a lot of these spiritual insights or unconscious insights or feelings or whatever of the 12th house in this lunar cycle. So again, I think it's great for meditation. I think it's great for getting that rest and relaxation, and just all in all, listening to your intuition and being present with what you're involved with. Now, we don't have any major aspects this week except for one. Mars will be sextiling up to the North Node both Tuesday and Wednesday. So this is more positive energy going into this life path shift for you with relationships. You've had Jupiter, now the North Node, going into this 7th house of yours. So although the relationship stuff perhaps is quite reflective, maybe it's more internalized, it's still an excellent part of the chart for you. And with Mars in harmonious aspect, whether you're feeling it or not, there's an opportunity or inspiration or whatever, cultivating your relationships, new and existing ones, this early part of the week can be very motivating and can be actually quite nice. Now, vice versa, Jupiter is going to be aspecting that Mars, and this has been a Mars in your 9th house, so perhaps lately you've been more motivated to cultivate the life path, which is about your philosophy, your outlook, maybe tapping into your adventurous spirit. So great for those things this week, Tuesday and Wednesday in particular. Maybe some easy energy with the financial material side of things since Mars rules your 2nd, and maybe even with the career stuff could be flowing since Mars rules your 10th as well. Now, but this is a sextile. I do want to stress that this is just a sort of opening. It's a lot of what we make it and how we work with those energies, but it does have that supportive quality to it and perhaps even opportunity in those areas. So Thursday, along with Venus going into that 12th of enjoying those behind the scenes activities, Jupiter will start to oppose up to Chiron from your 1st house. So this isn't going to be that strong of an energy, at least not until next week, I don't feel like. But the second half of the week, to continue to reflect on where perhaps there are some wounds, there is some healing taking place with the self, maybe with the identity or the confidence, which again has been an ongoing theme for you with Chiron in that 1st. But here it's directly relating to relationships. It's this balancing point. And I think you're also going to be going through that healing with relationships. Now, this isn't that deep, I don't think. And in fact, if you want to get a better idea of what this means for you personally, look towards the tail end of last year when this aspect was already exact. This is the second out of 3 aspects between these 2 planets. And the second one is much more about learning because the planet's retrograde, Jupiter's retrograde through this. So going within, reflecting, and again, re-examining, rethinking about your own personal perspective on relationships, excuse me, can be very good. And I think you can find a lot of that quite healing, and really seeing too that there is no difference between your own personal goals and doing the things you want and what is good for your relationships. You know, not everything you do is good for your relationships, but what is actually good for you is also good for your relationships, and vice versa. Now, as we go into Friday and Saturday, we are going to be in the gibbous phase of the lunar cycle. We are going to have a full moon in that 7th house next week. So this weekend is great for those one-to-one connections and relationships with the moon here. But most importantly, just reflecting on it again and cultivating those areas. But yeah, you could be coming to an awareness. In fact, some of you, if you've been involved with anything new or a new perspective over the past 6 months regarding relationships, this could be a high point with that. But at the very least, insight and awareness about those areas of life. All right, Aquarius, so have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.